So in this video, I'm gonna try to do some fabric upcycling, textile upcycling. Most of it was recorded in Korea. I don't get as much time because my toddler is very demanding. But hopefully this may help people reduce textile waste. So first is gonna be an easy one, trying to do a tablecloth. It's a flat piece of fabric, so compared to other projects, it's easy, but overall all my projects are gonna be super easy. I read this comment that you can read about waste colonialism and how clothes from rich country always end up in, countries like Malaysia. I mean, you may be donating it to a thrift store in a rich country, but they're not able to sell all the clothes and they get shipped. Look up Kantamanto Market in Ghana. Anyways, we have this laid out flat, and then this is like an older bed sheet which was bleached, so it was fitted, so I'm gonna remove the elastic from the corner, get the measurements, and then let's see. It's pretty bland, so I'll put the other fabric patches on top of it, like I'll sew it on top of it. Again, my projects are not gonna be very aesthetically pleasing because I'm not a very good seamstress, or I'm just doing it so I don't have to buy a tablecloth and that I don't create as much fabric waste. So I've got it. And now I'm going to, for any fabric project, you're going to need iron to straighten and smoothen the fabric. And then I'm going to see what all pieces of fabric can go up. I think the larger pieces I take, the easier it's for me to stitch it.
So as you can tell, I've pressed a few of the scraps. I want to get started. I'll use a larger piece.
This is the finished product. I didn't do a very neat job. As you can tell, some of the fabric is like, it's not laid out smooth, but it's fine. It keeps the table protected, and I got to use a lot of the scrap fabric. Took a lot more time than I thought, but it works. Looks a bit funky. Anyways, moving on to the next project. Again, another screenshot that Philippines also accepts a lot of unsold donation. So this is from a video like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, where I found, it was in Korea, and I found this blanket in like stash. So I washed it, put it out. There were some holes in it, or rips or tears, as you can see. Now this was a pretty thick blanket, and I thought it would make like a good picnic blanket, or if I'm out with the baby, I can just put it on the floor. So I decided to just patch it up. So again, it's not a difficult project. You just put a piece of fabric to cover the holes or the tears, and just do it. You can hand stitch it. I tried to do it with my sewing machine. The issue was like, because it was so thick, the needle broke. I got a proper needle. Like you can't use any needle for any fabric. Like for thicker fabrics, you need thicker needle. And on top of that, I was doing it on the table, and the tablecloth accidentally got sewed with the blanket. So little mistakes happen. Don't let them demotivate you. I was able to separate that and fix it. So this is what the blanket looks like. I use it in parks a lot, and this is being used in the library because when I was, like, my daughter was little, she would stay in one spot, so I wouldn't want her to be on the carpet because people walk with their shoes on, so this blanket would be good for her. And now we just, like I said, we use it as a picnic blanket. It's thick, it's comfortable, and it saved waste. Anyways, then another easy project. This is just not even any kind of upcycling. This is just a reuse. It's a really thick t-shirt I found dumpster diving. So when it rains a lot, you want your shoes to be wiped on the mat, right? And I already have two mats, but this additional shirt provides a good, it like absorbs a lot of moisture from the shoes. So, yeah. Then the
So
fourth
ये एक
project
टी
is
शर्ट है.
just
This is a t-shirt. I am gonna upcycle it into a baby bib. Just like put a hole because the material is very stretchy. It's a particular type of bib that I want. So let's work on it. So like this is the bib. It's like a towel with a hole in it, and it's a stretchy material like you can see. So it goes over the baby's head easily. Yeah, I'm gonna probably use the same proportions on this t-shirt. We'll start with a small cut.
Then the fifth project is this blanket that I also found dumpster diving, like a comforter. It's really big. Um, it is stained, and we don't need it in our house for ourselves. But I'm gonna cut it up into two pieces, and I'll use it to insulate my outdoor stray cat box house. Now again, this was in Korea. So Korea has a lot of stray cats. This might not be applicable in Canada or America, but this is the old cat box we had. So when it gets cold, the cats are looking for shelter. So I'm gonna line some of the comforter inside so the cat has like a comfortable base to like sleep on. And then I'm gonna use the rest of the fabric to cover from the top. So that's insulated. There's a cat coming. I'm gonna go inside, otherwise the cat will be hesitant to come. I have put some food and water also. And this cat is eating right now. Later at night, like I saw the cat like sleep in. So in the morning when we'd go out, the kitties would run away. This is another cat that was using our little house. Because you can see it snowed. It was pretty cold. Although my cat wasn't too happy about it. But you can see the footprints coming all the way to the little cat box. I'm gonna put a little more food for this cat because it's not it's gonna be very difficult for the cat to find food on her own. But yeah, this was a good use of the comforter. Chair dumpster diving. The base has a tear and it's plastic material, so it cannot get fixed. I'm gonna I removed the screws. The seat is out. I'm gonna give it a quick wipe. And the front as well. Now this is plastic material, which means I have to take it out. I attached the foam with the glue to the base, and I'm using a fabric glue because that's all what I have in the house. Other glue that you see, the Gorilla Glue, just dry it out, and then I'm putting all this what's called fabric waste. A fabric waste for stuffing, basically. Lots of threads, lots of smaller bits of fabric that I collect because I don't like throwing things away. So I'm just gluing them all to the foam. And then I'm gonna use this beat up cloth to sort of line all that fabric waste so that they don't just keep coming off or going out of like shape. This sort of smoothens it, if that makes sense. Smoothens the thing. And I'm gonna adjust from the back as well. I still have to use the fabric glue. I don't think a staple gun would work. And then once it dried off, I am gonna put the actual fabric, which is much nicer. But again, I cannot rely on a staple gun, so it all has to be the fabric glue, which I'm running out of the fabric glue. Okay, I have to adjust the folds. Like the thing with that is like the way I fold. I keep cutting the fabric from the back. So because I ran out of glue, I had to rely on tape, and this is the tape I find a lot while dumpster diving. So I use it. It looks tacky, but who's gonna turn the chair and see this? You don't have to do it, but I did run out of the fabric glue, so I had to rely on this. But yeah, so again, see, this is not thick enough for me to have used a staple gun. Anyways, I'm gonna put the seat back onto the frame of the chair. I would have sprayed this metal chair, but I just don't have any spray and I don't want to buy anything because I'm cheap. So it's gonna be like this till I find something for free. Maybe someone's giving away spray for free that's like in a pinkish color. Something I would say, make needles and threads your friends. This is a bag I got from a thrift store, and the inner pocket was torn, so the coins just kept going in between the lining. So I just fixed it. I sewed up the tear, and this is my little sewing box. And then since the tear is fixed, I can now sell the bag, use it myself, give it to someone, and not worry about little things disappearing from the pocket. So here it is. And little things that you can fix and make will save you a lot of money and will save the planet of a lot of resources. So yeah, I'm happy upcycling.